What is your relationship like with Math?
Well, I'm bad at math. I don't know. 2 times 8 is
Shut up, man.
is it 16? Oh, you talking about math Hoffa?
Yeah.
Math Hoffa, Jab. No, shout out to Matt, man. Math my guy. You know what I'm saying? I fuck with Matt.
Then why you ain't squashed the beef between him and Cuban yet?
There's no beef to squash.
What do you
They both.
mean?
There's no beef to squash. Listen, man, Math Hoffa give 2 shits about what Cuban ain't talking about or thinking about, and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? There's no show to get on or none of that
I
shit.
don't
You know
agree
what
with
I'm saying?
that Cuban doesn't care, because the times that Math has said something about him, he has had a big reaction, and that's why there's been videos of him saying stuff.
Listen, man. Listen. My cousin Gertrude could say something about Cuba. He gonna care. Why Gertrude said that? Who's Gertrude? I don't know what you talking about. You know what I'm saying? He cares about everything under the sun that relates to anything in his name. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, ain't nothing else to say.
But you saying that Math ain't tripping about it?
Nah, he ain't tripping about none of that shit, man. At the end of the day, man, Cuban Link just don't, you know what I'm saying? He felt like he didn't get the opportunity to speak about what was being said about him on somebody else's show, which is fair to say. You know what I'm saying? He, like, why are you talking about me? You ain't get the information or anything or even reach out to me to say what I feel about X, Y, and Z in the third. You know what I'm saying? That's fair to say. You know what I'm saying? But is he going to get on Matt's show anytime soon to say anything? No. Why is that? Because no, after relationship with Joe is probably cement in stone where he don't want to look like he's being a balanced situation, if you will.
Right.
Same thing with Norman.
But I think that it's more than that, because of him bringing up the fake paperwork situation and kind of like putting that jacket on him more.
And Cuban putting
Yeah,
fake
because
paperwork
remember
on
he
Joe.
said that I can't have somebody on my show.
That was crazy. That was crazy. I seen that shit. I was like, there's no way. There's no way. You know why I would have? See, and this goes back to what I was saying, Panda. I don't believe anybody unless I see it in black and white. You understand what I'm saying? And that paperwork was false. You know what I'm saying? Reason why I would have researched that, number one, I'm not researching any fucking paperwork because I don't care. I don't give a fuck. Showing your fucking criminal dealings. You know what I'm saying? Any of you niggas out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But if I was to go to the proper channel of the website, put in the research the number, put the number in, and get that black and white on the specific website it's supposed to be on. Anybody passing out paperwork like it's candy and shit to anybody, I'm not gonna trust that shit. You know what I'm saying? And he was impulsive in that regard. He should have did that. You know what I'm saying? But he was so hyped on having to have something on Joe that he ran with that shit. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I say you gotta be careful, bro. You got to be careful on what you put on people's jackets, my nigga, because that could harm somebody's reputation or life, period. It could put people in mortal danger.
So you're saying that you agree with what Math said then? Because Math was saying...
No, I don't know what Math said. What he said?
Math kind of made a mockery of it more so after the Drink Champ situation. You know, he was like on Vlad TV. He's like, I don't care if this is written in Crayola. He's all like, it's paperwork, you know? So he was like kind of making fun of Cuban in a way. He brought him up multiple times in different ways. So
he said that's the reason why he don't put Cuban on the show, because of the paperwork?
Yeah, because when he was on Drink Champs, he was all like, it's, you know, my street morals won't allow me to put somebody on my show that, you know, put out fake paperwork on Joe, on somebody, right?
I think that's a bullshit comment due to the fact that was an outlaw saying he don't have to have him on his show now because he did some funny paperwork shit.
Right,
you know
I agree with that, because
Math wasn't planning on having Cuban on the show. I would have just said that, yo, bro, you're not getting on my show.
But they had correspondences before,
and on
though.
top of that, I'm going to be honest with you, and on top of that, I wouldn't talk about Cuban on my show if I knew I wasn't going to get him to have a report on what I asked Joe about with Cuban. I'm not doing that. So why are you even asking that fucking question? Because fair is fair, right? Ain't no nigga going, if I had a show, ain't no nigga gonna tell me who I can and can't have on my show. If you a nigga that's allowing niggas to tell you who you can and can't have on your show, you're bugging. You're bugging and drugging. Like, at the end of the day, you're not being a journalist. You're not being fair and balanced to the viewers. You feel what I'm saying? So that's just what it is. But also, too, I'm not gonna have no sloppy, choppy, poppy tea going the fuck on for stupidity. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I'm not even gonna ask the question. Cause I know where it's gonna go and shit. So that's what it is.
Well, that's the thing though, is that him and Cuban did have conversations in the DMs. Like they showed respect to each other and like saluted each other. And he like, so Cuban kind of felt like, damn, like how you gonna bring up all this stuff and you don't know the real story behind everything with that paperwork? Because Cuban felt like, you know, I'm not even the one that put it out. It was Star from Star Report that put it out.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to
So
Star.
like even
same thing applies to him. The Star dude was on saying, yo, my bad. This paperwork wasn't real.
I think he might have said some things along those lines. But after the Drink Champ situation, Cuban and Math spoke again in the DMs, and he sent Math all of the videos and all the paperwork, all the stuff. And Math was like, yo, you right. I shouldn't have said that. You know, let me check out this stuff. And he just never did it, I guess. So he never got back to Cuban after that. And then he started saying other comments like on his show, like, oh, Cuban Link will say I'm a hypocrite, you know, or I'm and going on Vlad TV and making little comments like, yo, I don't care if this paperwork is written in Crayola. It's paperwork. And, you know, so he was taking his
Which he was looking to be Math Hopper's friend?
I don't know, but all I'm saying though is that
I done told Cuban up the W to ask me, I say, man, leave that shit alone, man. Math ain't having you on your show, bro. Yeah, he just don't want the energy on there. That's what
I don't think that Cuban wanted to go on the show necessarily. It was just more of like, now you making these comments and putting this on my jacket. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
Yeah.
And you know what you do? You know how you fix that? You defend down all that shit that Mav is saying on your own shit. You go on your own YouTube shit.
Which he has.
You know what I'm saying? Start trying. So listen, this the music industry, whatever, entertainment industry, battle rap industry, none of that shit. Man, none of these don't look. In life, don't plan on people being just how you're going to be. If you're going to feel like you need to say sorry, that other person is not going to feel like they're going to need to be saying say sorry. If you feel remorseful about such and such, that other person might not feel remorseful about such and such. You know what I'm saying? If you feel like you need to vindicate your name and all the other people's name, man, fuck your name, man. I don't give a fuck about what you talking about over here. You feel what I'm saying? I don't run in these circles.
Expectations lead to disappointment.
Yes, expectations lead to disappointment. Yes, sir. I don't run in these circles. I don't really fuck with these niggas like that. I have a small circle. I have my family that know who I am as a person and know me and puts up with my stupid shit 24 hours a fucking day. I give them grace and respect and whatnot as opposed to these motherfuckers out here and I'm not chasing these entertainers or trying to be on anybody's show or shit. And here's what's crazy. Shout out to Matt. That's my brother as well. I call these niggas my brother. It's not no fake shit. Like, I fuck with these niggas and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I was on his show a couple of times and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Math a good dude. You know what I'm saying? He a player in his own right. You know what I'm saying? Getting his own money and doing what the fuck he do. Sometimes these people, now I'm not saying this Math, these people, period, just don't want to put up with somebody else's bullshit. Good, bad, or indifferent. They just don't want to. They don't got the time. 24, you get up, you say 24 hours. We really only got like a couple of fucking, nobody sits up 24 hours a fucking day. We only got probably at least a good 8 hours in us to do something. And the people that work 9 to 5 only got 2 to 3 good hours to do something. You think they want to deal with your fucking problems? No. They want to deal with shit. They only want to deal with their own fucking problems. You feel what I'm saying? So everybody cut this fucking bullshit out, especially on the internet. Knock it the fuck off. I remember when phone calls was being made. Niggas picking up the phone, talking to each other and putting 2 and 2 together like, all right, yo, we good. You know what I'm saying? There's not a diplomatic scenarios in these situations because everybody got egos and pride and shit, and niggas is listening to what the fuck going on the internet and all that shit, man. A lot of rappers are just dying off of dumb shit. I mean, dumb shit. A lot of rappers. You know how many rappers died between the years of 2020 and 2025?
Yeah,
I can tell you probably past 10.
Yeah.
I can tell you past 10. And not over natural causes. I'm talking about over dumb shit. Getting shot up and all that. You know what I'm saying? Getting shot next to their babies and all that. Yo, listen, let me tell you something. I'd stopped giving a fuck a long time ago. But when I started giving a fuck is the day I've been hearing niggas just shooting each other up That shit with their babies next to them in the car and shit like that. Motherfucking teenagers going on
Hey
these
man,
fucking
watch
missions,
all the cussing.
shooting
I
each
gotta
other.
I gotta block out all this stuff before.
A lot of these teenagers shooting each other, you know what I'm saying, on the block and all that for whatever reason. They can't even give you a real reason. Oh, because he my ops. And I'm like, yo, my nigga, I stayed away from all these motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? Go get your money and go get and go back down south where a lot of these motherfuckers is not, these YNs and these knucklehead dudes is not around, man. I'm telling you, man. If you pass 30 years old, I can't even say 25, your brain is developed at 25. You're still gonna make indecisive, crazy, stupid decisions and stuff like that. But you pass 30 and your life ain't together and you not doing nothing with yourself, you're stupid. You're stupid. You're still on the internet chatting and trying to vindicate yourself and trying to be OG 1, 10, 15,500 quick blood, boop, boop, that. You're stupid. You're stupid. You don't really know what life is about. You know what I'm saying? Because this internet keeps feeding you stupid shit all day, every day. And you think you're about that life till you get clapped and you in a coffin. And they say he was a real nigga. He was a real one. You know what I'm saying? I'm 53, bro. Yo, Panda, I'm 53 years old. And that's crazy thing. People in my community clown me for being old. Yo, old man. Yo, you old man. Yeah, y'all wish I was this old. Because you ain't going to make it past 25. The way you move it, I love being older. You know what I'm saying? Because I get to witness life. I get to see these dumb motherfuckers make dumbass decisions and shit. And I've told them before, you don't do that. They still doing dumb shit. I'm like, I'm glad that wasn't me.
Right.
Glad I was smart enough to know better and to do better and move and shake about this way and that way. You know what I'm saying? This is the Panda Chop interview where you ask yourself, yo, are you good with your life at the age you at right now? Are you good? We out here talking about contracts and who snitched and this nigga over here shot this Randy into this and red pill, blue pill guy and OG triple brim 516, 29, crit 18, niggas is in Ricos and all that shit, man. Yo, the culture is failing, bro. Failing bad, bro. The culture's failing. And you know what's even worse about this whole shit, Panda? This interview gonna get 5 views. As opposed to the 63K views me and fucking Cuban was doing 7 hours in a what you call it talking crazy to each other.